Hopefully everybody doing alright, man. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button. That way you get it as soon as I get it. You don't want to miss none of this dope content, man. You know what I'm talking about? I'm dropping daily. We at 1,031 subscribers. So shout out to that, man. You know, last live I was like almost at 1,000. Now I'm over 1,000. So shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all for fucking with me. You know what I'm talking about? So with no further ado, man, let's get into this shit. You know what I'm talking about? Summer Walker. Summer Walker. Man, shout out to Summer Walker, man. Shout out to Summer Walker, man. God damn. I fuck with Shawty. I fuck with the music. She always give you one of them, I don't know what to call it. Like she it's like she a ghetto or hood, or like she don't strike me as ratchet, you know, but she do strike me as like, you know, from the hood, from the, you know, from the ghetto, you know, from, you know, humble beginnings type shit, you know what I'm saying? And her music describes it. You know, her music describes it very well. You know, for some reason she always a victim, or, you know, going through shit with a nigga. You know what I'm saying? And she put that shit in the music. You know what I'm saying? And she just put out the album. That shit dope. You know what I'm talking about? One of my favorite songs is "Give Me a Reason." You know what I'm saying? I posted that shit. But we ain't even finna talk about her album. Well, we gonna talk about her album, but she ain't in the news for the album. She in the news for something else. Like, so it's a recording that came out, right? And it's her. And she talking to somebody named Rich the Kid. It's a rapper. I don't think he just like one of the premier top, you know, A-list rappers type shit, but, you know, doing this thing, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Doing this thing, obviously. So, shit, long story short, Rich the Kid got a baby mama, an old lady, a fiance, or, you know, something like that, and her name is Tori Brixx. Finer than a motherfucker. Finer than a motherfucker, God. So, so Summer Walker is the side piece type shit, you know what I'm saying? And she proud of it. Like I think the recording was like, look, just say my name under Pizza Hut, that way your bitch won't find out what we doing, and we can still continue to do what we do, yada yada. I ain't tripping on, you know, woo the woo. You know, and that's what the recording was saying. And, you know, that's me not saying it word for word, but, you know, just, you know, for the most part, that's what she was saying on the recording, talking to Rich the Kid type shit. So it got leaked. You know what I'm saying? It got leaked coincidentally around the time that her album dropped. We're gonna get into that. But nonetheless, you know what I'm talking about? It leaked. It dropped. So now it's out there. Now it's out there. You know, Summer Walker is a motherfucking side piece. Glorified, happy, accepting it, you know what I'm saying? And that's the role she want to play, you know. She don't, I think in this stage of her life, what she putting on, what she preaching is she no longer fucking with niggas for love. It's only for money and, you know, that type of shit, that type of time. You know what I'm talking about? Low key, I ain't gonna say low key prostitution, because there's a lot of that going on, you know what I'm saying? Females borderline prostitutes these days type shit. Like real talk. But nonetheless, like it ain't no, you know, we rocking to, you know, down the line be something, or we building towards something, or, you know, we together. It ain't none of that. Just, you know, when I want to fuck, if I want to, you know, you give me some money, yada yada. You know what I'm saying? We gonna have that type of relationship. So obviously, he been fucking on her for some years. You know what I'm saying? And he been with Tori for some years. So Now, I haven't heard nothing from Tori Brixx. So, that make me believe one thing. I ain't gonna let that loose just yet. Let's stay on Summer real quick. So, Summer come out. Like, you know, after that shit like got leaked to the people, you know, to the public, to the internet. Nigga, Summer went and did an interview, or like she went live on one of her, you know, platforms type shit. And she like basically like, you know, owning up to that shit. Like, yes, that was me, you know, I been fucking with that nigga. I don't even want that nigga for real, yada yada. She kinda, you know, she stood on business, like that was her. That's the role she playing, but she made it seem like she wasn't really fucking with dude. You know what I'm saying? Once the public got, once it got out in the public, you know what I'm saying? It's typical, you know. I think it would have been way more sexy if she stood on it. You know what I'm saying? It would have been way more sexy if she stood on that shit all the way. But she ain't, you know, she ain't denied it, couldn't deny it. You know, it was you. You know what I'm saying? It was leak audio you know what I'm saying? Miss Pizza Hut. So, basically, like, if females like Summer Walker gladly being the side piece, then what do that say about our like average women, or like the not famous woman? You know what I'm saying? The not celebrity woman type shit. Like, majority of the time, it's reverse. Like, when a female is a side piece, she's trying to get the spot. She like, that's not where she want to be, or that's not what she's aiming to be. Like, she really want the main spot, but she's taking this spot as of for the moment type shit. And then eventually, it just with women when they a side piece, eventually they are gonna do something. They gonna do something to like fuck that up. You know what I'm saying? I give you a story. I give you a few stories. Shit. I had a homie, and he had an old lady he was living with, and he had a side piece. And you know, we talking one day, you know, he said nigga, he come outside one day, you know, in the morning they go to work, and it's a big ass letter in a bottle. It's a bottle of liquor and a letter on his old lady's window. Now he didn't catch this. He telling me what his old lady saw. So the girl, his side piece, I guess in the middle of the night, or just, you know, it had to be when they couldn't see it. Nigga, she was probably drunk in her feelings, and nigga, she wrote a big ass letter, like he said it was like a big letter, on a big piece of paper, and it put it on the front of the car, along with the bottle, and you know, the girlfriend saw it, read it, and then, you know, the rest was that after that. But that's just a story of, you know what I'm saying, whenever a female a side piece, you know what I'm talking about, it's usually ends in that way at some point. You might start out like that, but usually, or a lot of the times, it ends with the female fucking it up. Now, I know niggas, me myself included, I've been the side nigga for, or men be a side piece for years. I'm talking about years, nigga, years. And we not trying to fuck it up. We like it is. So it's just different when men and women in that same situation. And like Summer Walker, she kind of put herself out there, man. Believe it or not, that right there, what Summer Walker doing, a lot of that is going on. Like, women will gladly be one of your side or one of your females on the roster if she feel like you like that. If you got a certain level of money, a certain name, you look good, you got some money. Like I said, you got some money. You this person, you that person. Females, women will gladly be one of your hoes or one of your females on the roster if she see you as that guy. I promise you, my nigga. I promise you, my nigga, she'll gladly. Especially if you got bread. Oh man, it ain't a little money. You give a bitch a little money these days, that'll go a long way. Long way. You know what I'm saying? Long way. But and at the same time, a lot of women these days, they don't want a relationship. Believe it or not. Some of them do. Like, it's not normal. It's not normal for a woman to have sex with a man multiple times and not cling to that man, not want to be with that man, not want to, like, you know, not be her option that she want. You know what I'm saying? In today's time, 2025, like, you can just fuck on a bitch and she don't want no relationship. Like, it's crazy. Crazy. And you know, she might, it's obvious that she want to fuck with you, but she don't want to, I guess, I don't know. They don't want the pressure of being a girlfriend. They don't want to, you know, maybe they want to have their way. They cake and eat it too, but the actions Summer Walker is demonstrating, you know, in her situationship, that is coming in today's time, 2025. Like real shit. Like, they would rather be one of your pieces on the roster than be your main girl. You know what I'm saying? I hate it. Niggas like me take advantage. Niggas like Rich the Kid is definitely taking advantage. You know what I'm saying? And I heard he got a nice resume. And I ain't heard he gay like Stephon Diggs. But I just ain't heard that. I don't know if he is or not, but you know, we definitely heard that about Stephon Diggs. But Rich the Kid, we ain't heard no gay rumors about him. You know, he had a nice little roster before Tori Brixx. Ruby Rose, Sweetie, Jada. It's a few that I looked into that said, you know, that was his, you know, past females. So obviously, you know, Rich the Kid, he must be like that. To where, you know, Summer Walker, you know, she wanna keep that shit going. You know what I'm saying? She wanna keep that shit going. Now, I ain't heard nothing from Tori Brixx. Nothing, not a word, not a peep, not a sound. So that let me know, or I'm gonna say it could possibly be a rollout, an album rollout. We seen it with Cardi B. Cardi B did a phenomenal job with the rollout. You know, with something being like taking your life or the shit in your life, whether it's real or whether it's staged, and making that the promotion and the marketing through social media. Now that take away a budget. Like that's a budget that labels or whoever backing her don't gotta pay. You know what I'm saying? Because we got the social media, and that's what really drives it and does it. So let me see. Young Thug, he had a scenario where he leaked some calls, and you know it led to the biggest interview in the world. You know, it led to the biggest talked about thing in 2025, if not the one of them. You know, all those snitching allegations when he was talking about this person, Glorilla, that person, you know what I'm saying, leak calls. And that put him up there. He did the big interview with Big Bank, and boom, the rest is, you know what I'm saying, the rest is that. So this could be a play. I'm always speaking on the play. I can't help it. I can't help it. I'm always speaking on the play because that's how this shit go. You know what I'm talking about? That's how this shit go. But nonetheless, this the game. This the industry. This how we play. This how we get down. So, you know, let's just say if it's real, then shit, hey, I would love to have a side piece like Summer Walker. God damn. And she caked up. Or she got her own bread. So she, you know, it's a win-win. She got a name, all that. Now some people call her a hoe, you know, or you know, a bird brain behavior. A lot of women was like, you know, she a bird. You know what I'm saying? A bird brain. Now, she went from London on the track. Then she went to Larry. Then she went to Lil Meech. So she had been in a couple of little rendezvous type of thing. You know what I'm saying? She been in a couple of, you know, situations, and from what we seen, she was the passionate one. She was the one showing the affection and the love